Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again.
In the car.
In the car. We haven't left.
Because this is where we live now.
It's not actually.
No, it's not. It's not.
And I put out a call on Instagram recently about assumptions that you guys have about us, because all of the big YouTubers do these assumption videos, and I like to fantasize that we are successful YouTubers.
And also, if the big YouTubers do it, then the little YouTubers should be able to do it as well, I think.
Right. So here we are with some assumptions. Dan hasn't heard these.
Nope.
Okay, so our first assumption comes... Oh, no, I said they were going to be anonymous. Never mind. It just comes from someone. And the first assumption is, I assume your PhD is in social work and Dan works for the MI6 as an IT guy.
I mean, I'd love to be able to say that that's actually what I do. Who hasn't thought about one day being a spy? I'm essentially doing an IT job at the moment, but that's not what I do. I work in adult education.
My doctorate is actually in education and educational policy, which is incredibly boring. Which is why when people ask me about it, I'm just like, oh, it's education. Because then they want a little bit more detail, and then within about 10 seconds of giving people more detail, they generally go, I can see them glaze over, because it's not very exciting for anybody else except me. So that's what my PhD is in. There you go. Another one. I assume you wear the trousers, Emma, and have to remind Dan what chores need doing every day. Can I
just say, factually, currently Emma is wearing trousers and I'm wearing shorts.
I'm actually wearing my lovely Mr. Men pyjama bottoms. So we went all out for this video, clearly.
And I've been in shorts since lockdown started because I love wearing shorts.
I think everyone thinks I'm really bossy, but I don't actually think I am.
No, you're not. I do need reminding to do things, but it's done in a very graceful way. Mainly because I am chaotic and I'm not organised in any way, shape or form. So if someone doesn't remind me what to do, nothing will get done.
I listened to our old Dybbuk box episode the other day when I was preparing to open the Dybbuk box. And I can see why everyone thinks I'm really bossy, because if you listen back, the episode is you trying to talk and me just talking over you. So I think I've gotten better at not doing that, which will probably...
You don't do that in general anyway.
No, I try not to.
And I'm very tempting to talk over, so I understand.
When I get excited, I'm just like, blah, blah, and everything just comes out of my mouth. Dan is a raging carnivore.
No, not particularly. I do like meat. I struggle. I have moments where I really want meat. But actually, we've done little stints of being vegan. We've done little stints of being vegetarian. I haven't missed it.
We were vegetarian for quite a long time.
Yeah, we were. And the only thing I missed the cheese when we were vegan temporarily, and you missed the eggs. So I don't think that would work very well. But I'm not a raging carnivore. Do like a good bit of steak though.
Hello, random old man. He's like, why are you talking into your phone? You guys sometimes wish you didn't have to produce as much content as you do. That's an interesting question.
I feel that sometimes we don't do a very good job at staggering the amount of time that we've got to produce a lot of content, and that's when the problem comes. I don't actually mind producing it, because actually I like getting stuff out to you guys, and I feel like what we do is really appreciated, so it makes it easy to do. It's just that sometimes we back ourselves into a corner, don't we?
Yeah, I really like making content. Like, I genuinely enjoy it, and because we don't have to do any of it, so we don't have to do YouTube videos, we don't have to do extra episodes. We could just stop whenever we wanted, because there's no obligation for us to do this.
Can't stop. I'm addicted.
I know you're addicted to that YouTube life, but I just wish we had more time. That's my thing, is, we do still have normal jobs, if you can say that. So I just wish we had more time to be able to dedicate to making content, really. Tiny Bims converted one or both of you from ambivalent about cats to a full-blown cat person. I've always been a full-blown cat person.
I'm still nonplussed about cats, but Bim is a special case. and she's definitely brought me round to it because I didn't want a cat. I said yes because I thought I was in a position where I'd get away with it, with agreeing to it, and then not actually having to have one because it's in our contract that we're not allowed pets. So I thought I had the firm footing. But I'm so grateful that Bim is the cat that we got because she's great.
She is great.
And I couldn't handle another cat.
You can play the tin whistle. I can.
I can't.
Because I can play it badly. I had to learn it when I was in primary school. So, yeah, I can to a degree. Emma can hold her alcohol better than most and hold an educated debate in tandem. That is not true. I defy the stereotype.
I think there was a time.
Yeah, maybe once upon a time I was able to hold my alcohol. I can't anymore.
For the kids watching, it gets harder as you get older. I'm just putting it out there.
You're in your late 20s, early 30s. I mean, I am.
I'm not.
I'm 30.
I will be 36 very soon.
Yeah, I just keep telling everybody your age is wrong, though. I spent about 2 years of our relationship telling people that Dan was 36. He's not 36 yet, so I don't even know. You didn't realise how successful this podcast would become.
Nope.
No.
Absolutely not. And the success is relative as well.
Yeah, success is absolutely relative. For us, it's wildly successful.
Yeah, because
for our expectations.
There's more than one person listening.
Yeah.
So.
And it gets us a bit of, we get to, because of people's generous Patreon subscriptions and stuff, we get to make a bit of money from it and stuff, which was not where we expected to be.
And try things like YouTube, which we didn't think we'd ever do. So it's good. It's fun. New skills.
I assume Emma's favourite takeaway is Thai and Dan's is pizza.
Pizza is my favourite takeaway, hands down. Pizza is my favourite food. I could live on pizza and ice cream for the rest of my life.
Pizza is my favourite takeaway too. I love pizza. Love pizza. Emma's the alpha.
Yep.
I'm actually not. I know everyone thinks I am, but I'm really not. You're very self-motivated. Yes, I am, I think.
What's motivation?
You're motivated when something interests you.
Yeah, I'm very I've got a personality type that if something's interested in, if something interests me, I'm invested for a long period of time and intensely and can't think about anything else. But as soon as I get even remotely bored of it, it's gone and I'm not bothered anymore. I think there's a condition that covers that.
This is a really interesting one and comes up all of the time, that you two don't want kids. Now that's a little bit of a juicy one, and people have messaged me like numerous times.
Why is it juicy?
Well, because it's an interesting question to ask people, isn't it? Because people have messaged me like numerous times saying, why don't you and Dan have kids? Or they'll message us and they'll say, you and Dan should have kids. Which is, I mean, thanks very much.
That's just working on the basis that you presume that we're capable adults, which is good.
We're not. So I'm gonna put it to you this way. Other people are like getting mortgages, having conversations about kids. We're sitting in our car after opening a Dybbuk box that I bought on eBay. So we're not the type of people to be making those sort of decisions. So the answer is, at the moment, definitely no. Will that change? Who knows? Will I ever want to not buy Dybbuk boxes on the internet? Who knows?
Maybe you'll be able to buy baby Dybbuk boxes.
That doesn't make me want a child anymore. So my child can open Dybbuk boxes sitting in their car with a giant knife.
Put the car seat in the middle and they can be like the guest.
My husband thinks that you two work at some popular radio station and hide it from us.
I mean, that would be amazing.
But we don't.
We don't.
We really don't.
My job is a worthwhile job, but it's not. There's no fame attached to it. It's fine.
You've started to go off the horror genre since doing the podcast.
I've not gone off it, but I personally have become a little bit numb to it now. So we're getting to the point where we've seen so many horror movies that actually it takes a lot to get us excited about a horror movie. Or I still jump at every jump scare.
Even though we literally watch horror films going, and this was going to happen next, there'll be a jump scare in 3, 2, 1, and Dan still jumps. And I'm like, you knew that was you literally knew that was going to happen. How?
But it doesn't haunt me as much as it did in the past. So yeah, we're becoming a bit numb to it. I still love it. I still love it as a genre. It's just they're just not as having the same effect that they were previously.
The next one. You have future cat names picked out over any sort of offspring names. We won't have any other future cats.
Nope.
No, that's not going to happen. So, Tiny Bim won't have any siblings because she doesn't want or need them. And I can't even think about having, like, it literally makes me want to cry even thinking about having another cat, so I'm just not going to think about it.
And I don't really want another cat.
No, Dan still doesn't really like cats.
I'm not a massive fan.
Of Bim.
No.
Tiny Bims isn't actually tiny. She's the size of a Great Dane. I fucking wish she was.
So I don't think, because I haven't really had cats and I haven't been around them, I didn't think that Bim was that small until I started to come into contact with the local cats when I was out in the garden. She's tiny. She is actually tiny. And there's sometimes when she's sitting on my lap all in a donut and I'm like, I cannot believe how small she is.
Yeah. She's so small that her teeth don't exist. We realised this today when we were looking at her teeth.
I'm not sure that's anything to do with her size.
But I think it is because her mouth is so small that her teeth are too tiny.
Maybe.
To like push through her. She doesn't have any teeth. I'm just trying to make excuses for her having bad dental whatever cats do with their dentistry. People must think we're really weird.
I mean, she just featured in the videos, though.
Well, I mean, we're sat on our street as well. We probably should have driven somewhere else so people weren't like, oh, those two fucking weirdos.
No, but then we would have crashed because
again.
we opened the Dibbit box.
Oh, that's true. You don't like the smell of microwave popcorn. We don't own a microwave.
No, we don't have a microwave, and I love the smell of popcorn, so...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dan just stares at walls randomly while Emma laughs randomly, or maybe it's the other way around.
I feel like you've caught me staring at a wall before.
Probably, but we are very odd. I think we are very strange. I think if there was some sort of like Big Brother type scenario where people like watched us for a week, they'd be like, that's why they don't have children.
These people cannot be trusted.
Emma is a harsh skeptic, but deep down fully believes in the paranormal. Dan just believes.
I do just believe.
There's loads of shit I don't believe it. So, probably not. Maybe sometimes I'm not as skeptical as I like to pretend I am. Dan is Bigfoot.
I mean, I have got big feet.
He does have big feet. And you are both truly some kick-ass people.
I mean, that's very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I don't think we kick ass enough.
Probably not.
I mean, that's quite violent sounding, actually. So maybe we don't want to do that.
You'd both kill a man for Bims. Absolutely.
Yep.
Hands down, like...
I'd wipe out an entire generation for Bim.
Yeah, I would
if
too.
That's what it took.
Yeah. I'm trying to find some other ones that I haven't said. Dan is an alien hunter. Emma is an alien. They fell in love and hide from other hunters. I think if you see me without eyebrows on, I am very alien-like. That's not me being self-deprecating. That's just the life I live. It's fine. So well, I'm going to say yes for that one. Yeah, that's true.
I definitely would hunt aliens if I could.
Where are we? That to someday we will do a ghost hunt together. We absolutely will.
Someday when we allowed out.
Yeah, when we're allowed out again. I think that's it. This is our little bonus episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Now
we're in the car.
We'll continue in the car.
We're not going to film every YouTube episode in the car. It just made sense for where we're at and the kind of things that we're doing. The next time you see us, we'll be back in our very official looking YouTube studio.
And that's our dining room, in case anybody didn't know. And on that note, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.